Hello, and welcome to Panther Sports Zone. I'm Worthington Moore.
And I'm Janari's House. This weekend, the ladies Panthers softball team took on TSU in a 3-game series. Here's how it went down. This weekend, the PVMU softball team had a 3-game series versus the Texas Southern Tigers. With the first game being very intense, the Tigers took the dub 3-2. In the second game of the series, the Tigers ran away with the game, winning 9-2. In the last game of the series, the Panthers were able to gain momentum by winning 9-7. The Panthers hope to take the momentum from the third game on to the next 3 games as they face the Southern Jaguars in Baton Rouge, Louisiana on April 8th through April 9th. This is Janari's House reporting from Panther Sports Zone.
All right, thank you, Janaris, on that wonderful MMJ. All right, and so continuing and switching over to baseball, yesterday the Prairie View A&M baseball team completed the sweep in a 3-game series against SWAC opponent Arkansas Pine Bluff. PV improves to 13-15 on the year and 6-3 in conference play. Starting out in Game 1, the Golden Lions took an early 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 4th. The Panthers responded in the top of the 5th, putting 3 more runs on the board to take a 4-2 lead. Pine Bluff threatened in the bottom of the 7th, adding a 3rd run to their score to make it 4-3. 2 more outs by UAPB closed out the inning as the score held the rest of the way for a PV win. And a key theme to Panther baseball this season, Prairie View simply outmatched the Golden Lions with a 7-run 6th inning to take game to 12-3. After a 3-run outing in the prior inning made it a close 4-3 game, a Trey Turner triple turned it into 4 runs as designated hitter Dominique Cox finished the rest with a 3-run homer that was simply too much for the opposition to handle. In the closing Game 3, UAPB put on 2 runs in the bottom of the 1st before Prairie View scored 7 runs over 4 innings. The Golden Lions managed to chip into their lead with a 2-run 7th and a run in the 8th, but it wasn't enough to overcome the Panthers, who won their 8th consecutive bout against Arkansas Pine Bluff. The Panthers will return to action when they play host to the Houston Tillotson Rams tomorrow, April 5th, for a 1 p.m. first pitch at Tankers Lease Field.
The PVNU men's and women's track team continues to improve as they competed at the University of Houston Invite. Freshman Savoria Anderson threw down the personal best in the long and triple jump with the leaps of 5.24 meters and 12.37 meters. Senior Denab Murphy also had a personal best when she improved her season's best by over 5 seconds down to 4 minutes 40.29 seconds in the 1500. In his first 400 of the outdoor season, DJ Cobb placed top 3 in the time of 47.54 seconds, the fastest time in this season in the SWAC. To round out the performance distance runner, Simon Shy had his field day as he impressed in the 1500 with the second fastest time in the SWAC at 3 minutes 56.42 seconds. The Panthers will be back in action April 8th through 9th as they set to compete in the Texas A&M Invite in College Station.
Now moving on to club basketball. The PV men and women's club basketball teams both returned to the Hill with the Houston Club Sports Basketball Conference Championships after an undefeated season. The men beat out Texas Southern and Lone Star College Cy-Fair, while the women defeated TSU in the championship game to take home the trophy. Next up for both teams are Nationals, which commences in a few short days, this Friday, April 8th through the 10th. Congrats to both teams on an undefeated season, and good luck at Nationals. And when we come back from the break, we'll go into a little bit of both men and women's SWAC track and field honors, and a little bit more into the details surrounding the Allen Media Group and SWAC partnership deal. We'll have more on that after the break.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at shecanstem.com.
Welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. The Jackson State University women's tennis team won its second straight Southwestern Athletic Conference regular season title with a 4-0 win against Alabama A&M this Saturday. In women's doubles, Jackson State's duo of Shireen Salem and Tyra Nicole White won over Camelia Ruiz-Diaz and Jimena Durante Ramirez 6-1. JSU's third duo, Robin Alston and Zania Shabian, defeated Alabama A&M's Neha Gary and Kennedy Ward 6-2 to secure the double points in singles. In singles, JSU number 6 Shaban beats Ward 6-1, 6-1. Their second person, Paula Acarons, defeated AAMU's Deja Brown 6-0, 6-1. And their fifth person, Daniela Ramos, won over India Woods 6-1, 6-2. The Lady Tigers currently have a 13-5 overall record and a perfect 9-0 record in the SWAC. The team returns to action on Friday, hosting Loyola New Orleans at the JSU Tennis Center at noon.
Going a little bit into SWAC track and field honors by the SWAC, the Southwestern Athletic Conference has named Alabama State's Kiana Evans and Florida A&M's Rachel Robertson in SWAC Women's Track and Field Performers of the Week. Evans led Alabama State on the final day of the Al Schmidt Bulldogs relays, winning the 400-meter hurdles with a time of 1 minute and 1.86 seconds. The senior continues to impress early in the outdoor season, winning the race by nearly 2 seconds over the next closest opponent. Robertson, the field athlete of the week, continued her dominance in the outdoor season as she placed first in the high jump with a mark of 1.72 meters at the UCF Invite. She also placed sixth in the triple jump with a leap of 12.30 meters.
On the men's side of things, Alabama State Matthew Clark and Alabama A&M's Brandon McLaurin were named the outstanding track and field athletes of the week. Clark led ASU at the Al Schmidt Bulldogs relays hosted by Mississippi State for the Hornets with a second place finish in the 200-meter with a time of 20.63 seconds. The top collegiate time in the race, Brandon McLaurin delivered one of his best performances of his career at the McLaurin-Simons Invitational hosted by Murray State. He will win the javelin with a throw of 57.99 meters and jump himself into second place in the long jump with the jump of 6.99 meters. His mark in the javelin throws him up in first in the conference.
All right, Janaris, a little bit of, not, let's say, recent news, but a few weeks ago, the Allen Media Group and the SWAC announced a partnership deal that would look to improve, media. It would look to have, SWAC sporting events basically, be broadcast as a part of the HBCU Go, which is free streaming platform starting this fall, 2022. So I just wanted to get your perspective.
Yeah.
What do you think of this move, overall when it comes to that partnership and just HBCU sports in general?
Yeah, I say it's better to, like, just in case, say, like, you have like a school that have their own streaming service, but it's not working that day. They would want a plan B. So hey, the HBCU Go thing will actually be the plan B, and say like they can't just go to ESPN or NBA TV or something to like guarantee to watch their favorite HBCU perform in a sport or something like that. So HBCU Go is basically like the better move.
Yeah, I take it as a move that has it kind of like as a one-stop shop, not just for, I think a lot of the times, like over the years, that HBCUs, like specific HBCUs especially, they've had to, do their own coverage. They've had to, broadcast their own. So like, because, obviously we're here at Prairie View, our athletic department has had its own, entity of, broadcasting games out on its own, streaming platforms and services. And, each and every respective HBCU and university around the country has had to do the same. And to have an opportunity where it's kind of just all in the same place, and seeing as this has already been an established entity, HBCU Go, it's really going to help, HBCUs all around the country get maybe even a little bit more, attention. And I definitely hope that, student athletes, this can only benefit the student athletes, universities as a whole, and, get to showcase, our talents and our capabilities. I think that's, we've seen that being a recent trend.
Yeah.
I don't want to, coin it like the Deion Sanders effect or anything like that, but I kind of want to say that he's had like a big impact in being a part of that presence, which is said, why are we not getting, certain things, certain resources? We've been quiet for, a little bit too long. So let's, do whatever it is that we can to make sure that, our voices, our student athletes, our coaches, our sports, our culture, everything that's a part of that is being shown.
Yeah, that's understandable. And I also like say, with him being a big name as he is, everybody would know like, oh, that's Deion, and then they would want to like listen to what he say, and then what he's saying most likely will make sense. So basically, you can have people that actually like want to tune in, like say like people that don't really pay attention to HBCUs.
Yeah.
Then with him actually like basically promoting the HBCU trend and stuff like that, that actually can bring attention to those type of people that only watches people like Alabama University, or Auburn, and people like that, maybe Florida.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing, like, because when I did read this article, the only thing I would have, like, a few, question marks would just be around the how, because a lot of these universities kind of pride themselves on being able to, I'd say broadcast their own events. And so I wonder if basically it's the universities as a whole, they're going to continue to, broadcast, sporting events, games, and all the things like that, but it's just going to be on that platform. Like, it's not just going to be on their own, services of which, they kind of like watch these videos, but it's going to be in addition to their own, it's going to be on these services and entities as well. So I'm kind of, I have a few question marks on the how, but I think as we get closer to that fall 2022 date, as we go, a little bit further into the next few days, weeks, months, we'll get a little bit more, because this is still relatively fresh, and I'm just excited to see what's happening overall, and I can't wait to see what happens. It's a kind of a shame that that'll be after, I'm graduating and everything like that, but I can still, see what it looks like as a, post-collegiate graduate student and everything like that.
Yeah, on the outside looking in, that's understandable.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, we bring in grad student and member of the Panthers baseball team, Damari Smith. We'll be right back after the break.
Margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet breaking. record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
What do an aerospace engineer, cancer immunologist, and bat scientist all have in common? We all have cool jobs in STEM fields. Whether it's building robots or learning to code, girls everywhere are finding their passion for science, technology, engineering, and math through positive role models and mentors. So dare to dive in, get connected, and explore. You never know what your future may hold. Learn more about these and even more cool jobs at shecanstem.com.
Hello and welcome back to Panther Sports Zone. We are here joined today by outfielder Demarie Smith. Demarie, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Glad to come off a sweep this weekend.
Yes, sir. And, kind of going into that, that was actually what the first question I was going to ask. The Panthers baseball teams won 9 of their last 11, including that sweep, as you mentioned. How do you feel about, the team, right now in this pretty, nice role you've been on?
Yes, sir. We struggled a little in the preseason, but we was playing some good baseball here and there. But lately, we've been starting to put things together, and we've been just coach like to say, just do your job. And I feel like each person been understanding now. Like now that we're getting in the later parts of the season, like we're understanding like what your job is and what you need to do for the team to be successful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so in the prior series, you went 5 for 8 at bat, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll say this. What went right for you in that series?
I was really hunting the fastball, and prior to that series, me and Coach made a little adjustment to my batting stance by pushing my hands higher, and I feel like that's what allowed me to be able to drive the baseball and allowed me to hit my first home run here at Prairie View.
Right.
First home run ever?
No, not ever, but my first home run since I've been at Prairie View.
Got you. That's kind of what I meant. But kind of like going back into your previous answer, about the streak that this team has been on. You mentioned that Coach Riggins has just emphasized, doing your job. So I wanted to ask, what is the relationship between you and Coach Riggins like?
He's like a father figure. I really appreciate a lot that he's done. Like I've seen him grow since I've been here 5 years. So like. At the beginning, I've seen like how he's changed and like really become like a player's coach now, and like he understands and he really wants the best out of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I also see the stat that y'all had 17 runs in 7 innings. So, would you say that was y'all best performance ever that you have been a part of?
Maybe not ever, but I feel like that day, like I was saying earlier, everybody was just doing their job and just getting it to the next guy, We like to say walk, hit, or be hit, and everything was going right for us that game that we won 17-0.
Nice. So whenever I was looking, whenever I was, seeing what, the schedule looks for the baseball team, I see, on the schedule 4 to 5 games a week, on top, weight room, I'm guessing. On top of, going to classes, being a student athlete and all of the things that come to that. So knowing that you have so much on your plate, how have you just been able to handle it all, like all 5 years, being here at Prairie View?
At the beginning, I struggled. I feel like my GPA could have been higher if I would have took things more serious in the classroom when I was a freshman. But it's like it just take experience, learning how to study, learning how to just manage both the loads on and off the field. And I feel like the older I've gotten, that's why my grades have been higher and my workout routine has been better and everything, just experience.
Nice.
So you're a grad student, correct?
Yes, sir.
So I'll say, like, what made you want to continue to be a part of the team despite graduating from undergrad?
I would have to say SWAC T last year. I feel like we were this close from winning it. We got shut down because of COVID a few times, but we played some pretty good games in the SWAC tournament, and we had really had a family feel, and I just didn't want to end like that. So I just wanted to come back again and try to get me a SWAC ring before I leave.
Nah, I can definitely respect that. So seeing as how you're a grad student, you've been on part of this program for such a long time, do you kind of like have like a mentorship role to the people that are underneath you, the underclassmen, the freshmen, the sophomore that are on this team?
Yeah, yes, sir. I would say, actually, the person behind me, Jayden Williams, he's going to be an upcoming star for Prairie View. Look out for him in a couple years. Braden Johnson, look out for him too. He'll be a star in a couple years. But yeah, like they come to me because they know I've been there, and I just try to calm them down, let them understand. Just work while you wait, because when your time comes, then you have to be ready to perform. And I feel like that's what they'll do. They'll be ready.
Okay. So in your opinion, I want to say like how is like the momentum is in baseball?
Well, that's actually a good question. Going back to the Alcorn series, like we beat them bad the first game, but then the second game we didn't beat them as bad. I think we only won by 1 run, and that gave them momentum to feel like that they could compete with us. The third game, which we ended up losing by 1 run in the bottom of the ninth. So momentum is a big thing in baseball. Like we like to say, hitting is contagious. So if one person getting a hit, then more than likely it keeps everything rolling for the people behind them.
Yes. So basically, you say keep it, because if you lose it, it's gonna be hard to come back.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to, once you lose it, it is hard to come back. But you can lose it and get it back, because like I stated earlier, in the Alcorn series and in the Pine Bluff series for this past weekend, in the game 3 we had lost momentum early, but we ended up gaining it back late to be able to come out with the victory.
So you mentioned some of the younger people to look up, that are on the rise. Who are some people that currently are, standouts on the team?
Right now, Robbie Maldonado, he's a Friday starter pitcher. He's been taking care of business. He every time he gets on the mound, I feel like we have a chance to do some great things. Also, Mason High School, he's one of our catchers. He's been swinging the bat pretty good here lately. And Alex Martinez, he just hit a home run this past weekend. Yeah. And Trey Turner, he's actually leading the team right now in batting average. He's getting about two or three hits a game, and he's been taking care of business. Also, Benjamin Yabar.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's nice.
So, as of right now, the record is not where you or the team wanted to be at, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. So it's getting back right though. Yeah. Like we lost some games early that I feel like we should have won, but we're getting back right now in conference play.
Yeah. So, what do you think like your team will have to do to like improve to make ends meet on that end?
Actually, just keep playing good baseball like we have been lately. If we keep playing like we've been in conference play, then I feel like our record is going to show. I feel like we'll get over 500, and then at the end of the season, it'll show a good record.
Nice. So I think I might have, touched upon this a little bit earlier, which is that baseball, the workload that you'll put on is just tremendous. And knowing that games can kind of be a little bit long, I think with 9 innings, right? Right. So I wanted to ask, within, the teammates that you have, what are some of the things that you'll do in game to kind of keep yourselves motivated, keep your guys in it, just make sure that everyone's, feeling the best that they can?
We try to have fun, and we try to compete with each other to see who can make the best play. We like to say live. That makes sure everybody engaged in the game, to make sure that we can make plays for our pitcher. That's one thing.
Yeah, and kind of to go off of that, whenever I was at the baseball game, I think it was last Sunday's, not this Sunday's, baseball game for Alcorn, I noticed that whenever y'all get up to the plate, there's specific songs. So I'm guessing that y'all got to choose all of that stuff.
Our walk-up songs get you right mentally before you step in the box. Something to pump you up.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking on music and stuff, so I know how certain athletes they have their own work when they warming up and stuff. They might put their headphones in, listen to some motivational stuff, and listen to certain songs that turn them up on some stuff. Do you have any specific thing that you do?
Oh yeah, listen to Lil Baby. I feel like I'm a part of 4PF. So anytime Lil Baby, anything he got, that's what I'm listening to before the game to pump me up and get me ready to dance and all type. Yeah, Lil Baby and Dirk.
Definitely.
Okay, so looking up at the schedule, are there any games that you'll have squared or circled or anything like that? TSU maybe?
Yeah, this weekend actually coming up, we have play TSU. I actually haven't beat them in a series since I've been at Prairie View, so I'm looking to change that this year. Then I believe we go to Southern too next week, and That's a big series too. But we try to take one game at a time. We play Houston Tilson tomorrow. We have a doubleheader with them, so we'll try to take care of business with them, and then we go to McNeese Wednesday, and then we come back, have a good practice Thursday for this weekend, and try to take care of business and keep winning these conference series.
Nice. Okay, and just one personal question. When you say win a series, do you mean like win, best 2 out of 3? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
win
gotcha,
best 2 out of 3.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Okay, so going back, I say like, I know like people have their whys and like why do they do the stuff they do. So like, is there anything that like motivates you to want to play baseball?
And me being from a small town, I'm from a town called Pineland, Texas. Only about 800 people where I stay. So people, young boys don't get the opportunity to go play Division I baseball at the next level. So I try to be motivation for them to let them understand that they can go to the next level and play. Also, me being only 5'8", that's so sometimes people think like, oh, you too short to be playing, but I use that as motivation to do what I can.
Had teammates shorter than that and playing.
Yeah, I actually have some teammates shorter than me now. Y'all shorter than me too. They try to think that they're not.
Shoot, I'm trying to think of that one guy from Houston.
Jose Altuve.
Jose Altuve, yeah, he's like 5'4", shooting feet.
Yeah, he can swing it though.
Yep, he can swing it. AL MVP. That was something special.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
All right, so I was to kind of like continue on that. Being from a small town, was there any like particular reason? Was there anything? Maybe it was Coach Riggins. Maybe it was financial reasons or just anything for why you ended up coming to Prairie View.
My high school is actually a predominantly white high school, so I wanted to come to a HBCU to get this experience because it's like coming from where I'm coming from. This is like a whole different world. Like, but now I feel like coming to Prairie View was the greatest decision I made in my life.
Yeah. You have anything to add, Janarius?
Shoot, not at the moment, bro.
All right. Well, Damari, thank you so much for coming out here. We wish all the best for upcoming games, and I know that y'all still have quite a few ways away through the season. So this is like the halfway part.
Yeah. We have, I think, two more series to open up, and then we'll start over again, and we'll flip. Like, so if they came home, then we'll go there, and then that way.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'm hearing is plenty more of Panther baseball action. Well,
hope to see y'all out there, man.
You definitely will see us out
Yes,
there.
sir. Thank you.
Well, thank you for coming on to the show, and thank you to everyone for watching another edition of Panther Sports Zone. Make sure to catch us and tune in to us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for Panther sports news and information from around the SWAC. Once again, I'm Worthington Moore.
I'm Janarius House.
And we are signing out.